Well, good evening, Yukon Quest fans. I'm here with Mayla Hill from Grand Prairie, Alberta. How are you?
Good. And you, Sebastian?
Oh, pretty good. So, hey, introduce yourself to us for the ones who have no idea who you are.
I'm Mayla Hill. I'm living in Grand Prairie, Alberta currently. I'm working for Aaron Peck, have been for the last year and a half.
How did you start dog mushing? I understand you have been doing it pretty much all your life.
Oh, I don't know about all my life. I started when I was 14. I started in northern BC on a remote trap line with my dad. So, yeah, been involved in dog mushing ever since. Started racing in my later teens. Ran my first race when I was 16, back in Fort St. James. So, but then, yeah, always dreamt about running the Quest ever since. I don't know. I remember reading those like John Firth books, the Yukon Challenge when I was sitting in the trapline cabin. So running the Quest now and remembering all the Yukon Quest checkpoints. Yeah, it's pretty surreal now getting to run it now.
So tell us a little bit about the trapline life. I mean, that's a life very few people have. So no snow machine, you really used your dogs.
Oh yeah, so mostly use the dogs. My dad was on the snow machine for the most part. Yeah, I just there's a lot of times that I was checking traps with dog team. I remember going to the Manson Creek store by dog team and getting gas for my dad's chainsaw and bringing it all back by dog team. And then yeah, doing a lot of line checking with dogs and living that kind of lifestyle. And then started racing. First race was I was 16.
So what size of teams did you run in the trapline?
Oh, I probably only had about 5 or 6 dogs at that point. I had some oldies. I had actually a couple Siberians mixed in that group, and it was a pretty crazy start there. But no, I had a good team for what I was doing. But then yeah, then I got a second group of dogs about a year and a half later, and that's when I started really racing with those guys.
Because on the trap line, they have to be pretty well behaved, like stop being stopped and staying stopped. And
Yep, yeah, I remember.
Team wouldn't be good.
No, my guys were they were older. I got my first team from Craig Houghton, which will be back to the Quest this year, so it'd be nice seeing him again. But he gave me my first 5 dogs, and I remember going up to Fish Lake with my dad and another friend of ours, and building a cabin. So my dogs were parked out there all day, and they got pretty used to waiting, and they got really well behaved. But yeah, I didn't have that team for too long, and then I got some different dogs and kind of moved forward from there.
And then how did you meet up with Aaron?
With Aaron, I met Aaron at the Caledonia Classic in Fort St. James. Yeah, he was doing the 200. He goes there most years. And I was running my first races there, 100 miler. So yeah, I met him at the race, and a couple years later went to work for him.
So you're doing tours for him and racing, I guess a little bit of both?
Yeah, I've been doing tours for most of the winter now. It's been a couple months doing tours in Grand Prairie. So that's been fun. But that's the second year we've been doing that together. So, and then racing will start here shortly.
Okay, I'm going to leave it right here.